Oh god. I got so much dead skin on my feet. You know that one scene from JoJo Part 4? Well, anyways. This is an old Minecraft world I used to have. I think I was working on this on Minecraft 12 or 13. I don't think it was 13 because like a lot of this stuff was before the ocean update. I just saw like one or two things in Minecraft somewhere. Like people debating which update was the best, and then I saw another meme of like, oh, Squidward playing Minecraft 19. This wood axe is really distracting. I'm just gonna get out of here. I forget what the button is to get rid of the hand. I'm sure I'll be fine. This is an old SCP Foundation type map I was making. The reason I had the wood axe out there earlier was because I used a lot of world edit to make this. It starts with you coming in here, and there's a little security checkpoint. There's two sides to this gate. No two sides of these can be open at any one time. So that usually if like you were on a server, you'd have to have somebody in here, and there's a lever in there that your friend would flick and he'd let you pass through. But if you're extra sneaky, you could sneak back here to this fenced off area, and you can just climb up the ladders. Like the one point in Half-Life 2 when you first get out of the lab. Then there's an extra ladder to get up here if you wanted, even though you're already to the point where you can fall in through the skylight here. I think I ended up building a lot of this place as if, like, if you wanted to get somewhere and, like, you were stuck in survival mode, I tried not to have too many impossible areas throughout the map. So yeah, you flip that lever and it lets you through with the little checkpoint. But we got high security, so we don't need to deal with that. There used to be stuff here. I was exploring this earlier. This room also used to be way more decorated. There are a lot of areas here where it seems like you walk into a room and it looks a bit barren. I think I did use like the crayfish furniture mod on like some version of this, but now that I've updated Forge with like less compatible mods, there's not as many on display or that I've imported over. Also just because some mod creators just don't know how to update their mods over to newer versions of Forge, I guess. Something you might notice is these caution blocks and also torches. I suppose this will be a good time to explain that this is actually a custom texture pack I made. I think I tried to do a bit more detail. It's just like a gold block with some black lines on it. I tried to add a bit more color differentiation so it doesn't look too flat from far away, but you can still... It still looks really jarring because there's not too much between each block. You know, usually Minecraft blocks, they'll try to have a rule where it's like you can tell when they line up, when they connect. And even if they blend together, they still have like definitive end point, kind of. This not so much. The torches also have a bit more torch to them, whereas like before they're usually just 2 pixels. I like made them like 4 radial pixels. That and this vent texture, which I literally just took off Google somewhere. Polished andesite. Literally like the most useless, or some of the most useless blocks in game, I'd guess, in terms of actual mining, because then those just end up clogging your inventory. More stuff to filter, in my opinion. Back in the day, it used to just be flat stone everywhere. But these things up here, I guess they're just meant to simulate wires. There's not an actual cart that can go on these. There might have been something like right there that was probably part of... No, it's the slabs. They literally just won't go there because the slab is taking up the block space. Yeah, never mind. This also pretty much takes very heavy inspiration from Yog Labs. Granted, like I said, I did used to have mods on this world. Like I had the Twilight Forest mod and stuff. I could never get SCP Craft to work, because even with the versions of SCP Craft I found, even with like the specific Minecraft version they required for Forge, I just couldn't get them to work. That quick demo you saw there of like the bottom room was pretty much almost what all rooms look like. I think these middle rooms and these islands of the hallways are... No, they're not. Not all of them. I was gonna say, I think some of these are like double rooms where you can go all the way across to the other door. I did have to turn this map on peaceful just because of there's so many dark spaces that I just couldn't bother to light up, even though I tried my damnedest, as you could see. This used to be like a receptionist desk area, and that over there would be like the break room or the infamous coffee machine. The redstone nightmare they set up. Yeah, pretty much like a lot of this is just a few callbacks to Yog Labs. It's fucking dizzying to stay in here for a while. This is one of those Minecraft builds where it's like you can clearly tell where you use World Forge to like copy and paste. And it gets to the point where you just made so many big repeating textures that it's just fucking hypnotizing to walk through the whole thing. Pretty much all the levels are the same. I think... one of these levels has to have the double spaced cells. Oh yeah, as you can see, there's also different color schemes for security levels, I guess, even though there's not checkpoints between the actual floors. It's just this spiral staircase I tried setting up. The weirdest thing about these builds that I try to do a lot of the time is I always try to build them within the confines of player orientation rather than like how cool it looks. So I end up doing like this weird stuff where it's like you have these as railings, whereas like a professional would probably find some other block that better fits. Nowadays my Minecraft building skills are completely shot. I end up like ditzing all the fucking color palettes ever given after the ocean update. There are too many like oranges and blues added in. And now it's like impossible to match anything, because it's like I always end up picking like 1 or 2 blocks that are like, this looks kind of cool, I guess. This looks like, what is this, dead coral? It kind of looks like stone. Let me use that to like build the floor for a plaza, and then I end up using like acacia wood. Or isn't there like some pink or orange colored one? I always end up using those to make outlines. Holy shit, I actually have unique rooms. I don't remember making these. Or I mean, when I was making these, I remember I was watching Mystery Science Theater 3000. My brain does this weird fucking thing where I can't remember shit I ever do, especially when it comes to PC. I've spent so long on my computer that like my memories are shot unless I can remember what movie or video game I was playing at the time when the thing was happening. Just like the first time I think I saw it, what was it? What did he call it? Society Wars episodes 1 and 2 with Lankett. It was on, I was playing 7 Days to Die, and I think there's something in this map that made me, like, start playing 7 Days to Die. But I remember in this one, I was watching, like, some weird movie about Mystery Science Theater. They were riffing on this weird military drama movie. It was really bad and cheesy about, like, a guy with drones, and then there's something under the sea. It wasn't Godzilla. I think it was just, like, a giant robot or something similar to Godzilla. I don't know. This place is labeled as the armory, but these chests aren't even full. Probably just because managing items in Minecraft is always tedious. Unless you, like, set up inventory systems in-game. There's not, like, a inventory copy-paste thing. I like Minecraft because it, like, really kicked off the survival building aesthetic of games. Or genre. Which kind of will end up leading you into immersive sims, and I fucking love immersive sims anymore. I like Morrowind, I like Deus Ex, but a lot of those sims have very outdated engines for all the cool features they have, and sometimes you just want to match them together. So I've been dabbling in the Godot game engine, the same engine used to make Cruelty Squad. I thought Cruelty Squad was made on Unity, but anyways, the Godot game engine looks promising. It reminds me of Hammer. I like the drop-down node tree system thing, even though you constantly have to keep instancing game objects, otherwise the tree just gets out of control. I have this problem with any programming where it's like if like I can't fit anything into the screen anymore, my brain starts to get like panicky. Like I need to be able to like zoom out completely on a project. Back in the day when I was stuck with like a 144.0p monitor on my crap top, I was kind of fine with like UIs that were like overscaled and like you had to pan around the screen a bunch. But it's like nowadays I can't work on any project in any sort of editing suite unless I have like a function where I can zoom out completely as far as I want and then look at like all the projects I was ever working on. Oh yeah, this part I forgot to explain. It was probably visually self-explanatory, but there's like this broken down, like hidden part of the facility they tried to seal off with more primitive flooring. Cave Johnson here, you found the older part of the facility we buried 1 million years ago. There's even this thing which like takes you around in a circle. And this is another example of like, I didn't want any impossible spaces, so there's just ladder here. Oh, this might be, well I mean you can jump anyways, but this might be one example, because I don't think you can jump that without the jump boost, but so this might be neat. This is like something where you fall in and you intentionally get stuck, I guess. Or I can just do this. Something. Yeah, there we go. Insecurities defeated. And so you come in here and it's like, oh, what's this? Somebody like blew open this room with TNT, and you come down here. Somebody blew off the door. More liminal spaces of repeating textures. And all of these are little apartment rooms. There's like these things here. I think I was supposed to set these up with like some sort of trash system. I was gonna use like the classic flowing water pipelines, whereas like nowadays you probably use hoppers or like magma block elevators. Minecraft got so cool after some updates. It's cool because like this pretty much has almost just enough to like be livable in terms of like a Minecraft space. You have your personal chest here, which you could probably put like some of your best gear and armor in, even though it's like double chest. Whereas like the main chest right next to your crafting table and furnace is a single chest. You're not going to be able to fit much in there. Usually when I build a personal house in Minecraft and I have like a chest next to the bed for like personal stuff like my best weapons and armor, it's usually just one chest. So I'd give myself like almost a B or a solid A in like aesthetic and design here, but I'd give it a C in terms of actual utility. That's the kind of MSim I'd want to make if I ever made just like a Minecraft clone, I guess. I want to make something where if you're going to build a structure, I want to be able to motivate the player to build a living space that's actually has utility to it. Because I have mad respect for the people who can build all this amazing ass shit in Minecraft back in the day. People built these huge fucking monolithic monuments. Even before like the refreshing updates they had recently. But you know, when I started building stuff like this, I always end up getting all the color palettes all weird. Or I start building stuff based off of like, what is the utility of this? Sometimes I build stuff in terms of like shape oriented to the player, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like this. The ceiling, usually like anymore when I build personal houses, I have like 3 block tall rooms just to give you like headroom. Back in the day when I played on my iPad mobile Minecraft, I used to have only like 2 block tall things, and I would always look at the ground because I was a shy little kid, and I guess that's just like what was comfortable for me in FPS games. I still kind of do that, like you have your cursor on the ground like you're trying to trace where you're going. Then I think my monitor is like lower than what my head sits. But yeah, there's also this place. This whole entire foundation has no fucking foundation. I just realized that. It's all just like empty space under here. And I think I did that on purpose because I was like, whoa, dude, metal as fuck. I forget how far down this goes. I have a feeling if I ended up building a hole in the corner somewhere here, I would have already done it. Either that or I ended up filling any holes just so you could have a completely flat structure. Alright, so there's bedrock. And you can tell this is from an older version of Minecraft too, because the minute I pick up smooth stone, fucking, it gives me crafting recipes for like things from this update. And it's like if you fall through there, it's probably gonna kill you anyways. There's no way to like get back into the building and the structure without going up through the garbage disposal. And my OCD about doors being closed, even if no one's here. That's why even a lot of times I'll just put pressure plates on. What's up here? A lot of times I'll put pressure plates on double doors. Whereas like I always have to like formally go right in the center. Otherwise like they both won't go off and I'll plant my face in the door. Oh, so the beacon does have a vertical limit of where it affects. I always thought it was just like a straight cylinder from like the bottom to the top of the world, but no, it's working again. I think... Oh yeah, there's the troll hole. When you run too fast, you fall in there and you fucking end up in limbo under the foundation. Yeah, these are the double rooms. Level black. Oh, I wonder what the Foundation was keeping locked up here before they had to shield off. You never know. Look at this archway on this door. Only been recording 20 minutes. I guess that's cool. Now it's nighttime and all atmospheric. Let's try and go up to the top level of the roof, because I think I ended up turning away from the roof at some point. How annoying was I with this? Very. Alright. It's almost sickening. That, and I like to play with high FOV anyways. Key cards. I think this is definitely a relic from when I was playing with mods, because I think I had security crafting here as well, which I'm not sure if it was part of the furniture mod. This right here is like a primo example of what I mean, like orientated around the player, because like in terms of like the overall the architecture framework, bigger relative to like where the stairs go relative to the player, ends up conflicting here. You end up bumping your head. I even tried removing blocks here to which just looks ugly, and then I tried using more of this like stained glass for black railings. I try to make it work. And this is another thing where it's like I try to have this weird utility to things over actual aesthetic, where it's like I have these solar panels hooked up to the various trapdoors, trying to act like, oh, this is how the ventilation system works, and then you have this big water cooler thing here. You can see a little vent straw that drinks it up and shoves it through that thing, I guess, which is a hopper and a chemical station. And then it turns it into cold air that gets pumped through here. Yeah, that's definitely a relic of mods being uninstalled right there. There used to be like two big giant trees there that would go up and up. But now you can see there's ladders floating in the air. Oh yeah, this place. I ended up just building from a tutorial the diamond minecarts lab thing, because it's like, yo, I already built this motherfucking thing, which is just Yogg Labs. Why not build like the test lab from the diamond minecart? And this, if you couldn't tell, this is a portal from the the Twilight Forest mod. I think in here before one time I had an XP machine built where it's like you just walk back and forth between pressure plates and it throws XP potions at you. But I think I swapped it for this at some point. It'd be cool if like I could find 4 things to place in each corner. Yeah, I think this had mods too, because I remember having a computer set up over here. Or I think that might have been from the YouTube channel, and I'm just remembering like the weird stairs set up with a painting. And then we have these weird pillars that look more like chemical spills, because they don't match anything else. Ooh, what are these? There's random, like, army tents for some reason. This thing, I think, was, like, pre-built from a mod that let you pre-build structures. This was, like, This was not WorldForge. It was, like, a weird saved structures mod that already had like packages of these pre-built structures, which this is really cool, so I let it fit in, but it seemed like a bit a pipe dream mod compared to like what you can just do with straight up World Forge now. Though what I wish out of everything is that I could find out how to like transport structures between worlds with Hammer or World Forge. And then you have this roller coaster here. I guess we can take a ride on the roller coaster in a minute. Let's do a bit of zoom out first. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Haha, look at me, I'm giant. Used to do that on Xbox all the time. Anyways, here's the roller coaster set up with anvil suspension support thingies. They kind of look like the shocks on cars. They don't have them over here though. I have this thing too. I think this was full of minecarts at some point, but now it's empty for some reason. Yeah, I think there's... I did this because there's stairs at each point that go down to this walkway. But, like, there aren't too many checkpoints for you to actually get off here. This is Black Mesa-ass vibes of, like, a huge facility. What the fuck it do? Come on. What? That's just not gonna move. That was close. I forgot E doesn't interact with this game. We got source engine on the brain. Turn it down a bit so you guys don't get your ears fried. Sorry about that. It's weird because the minecart noise is literally just the full volume, full speed one, but at lower volume. And so you just naturally don't hear the whooshing anyways just because it's lower frequency. Coincidence. I remember building that was like super weird to do. Stuff like this, because you can tell this was like, alright, I need this to like, you know, line back up with the thing I built here. So what am I going to do? I ended up building like these little creative loop-de-loops. There's another thing here. Whereas like this one over here you have open doorway. Over here you have this weird thing where it's like only one person could walk through. I believe I've seen this done at like, you know, border patrol or like some military bases. They just have cross sections set up so you can't just ram your car straight through if you decide to do that, which is always cool. Well, I mean, not cool forever, it has to clean up, but You ever listen to the new Gorilla song? As of now, it's Cracker Island. As you can see there, it's like 7:30. But I've had it stuck in my head recently, compared to some of the Sound Machine. Some of the like Gorillaz albums almost feel like Diet Coke, like fake. Like I'm not saying they're bad or that they've fallen off or anything, but it's just like it doesn't feel as real as it was trying to be, or that it was when you got like that rich, thick that grungy mid-2000s aesthetic. I guess it's like the whole point of Gorillaz was they were supposed to be like pop stars of their era anyways, and they just happened to be in one of the cooler eras to be pop stars. Because they're kind of a satire band, I guess. Anyways. It's weird. Gorillaz is like a satire band, even though their music ends up slapping way more for like the poppy undertones it has versus like everything it was trying to mock and be better than at the time. So I guess he fucking succeeded. It's a good point in that, like, if you're gonna make a parody of something, you can't just like shit on it and like complain about like, wow, isn't our entertainment industry so crappy at the moment? You should try to like one up them. That's how you make a good parody out of something. Oh yeah, this thing. This is, if you can't tell what this is the Minecraft Xbox 360 versus arena mode thing that they had set up. And of course you had to build something like this because, like, number one, it already looks like a cool build, and number two, it was like in this mini pocket world where like you couldn't break the blocks. You were just here to look at this like cool lobby that they set up, which was kick-ass. It was like way professionally built, you can tell. And I just like love the intricate detail of it. I never got to finishing it, of course, as you can see. It's not closed, it's only like the first building. There's not even the clock tower. I think I finished it somewhere in PC on one world somewhere. Or I also did finish building this on Xbox, but like the recent tutorials I found to rebuild this thing were like a lot longer than I thought. Which, like, I guess that was just a testament to how patient I was back then, or how little I had to do when I was just on the Xbox 360 in summer. But yeah, I wonder if the puzzle is still the same, or if I just... No, it's not a puzzle, it's just a lever. It's just a lever, mate. You can live with that one. Don't worry, Ringo, you'll be fine. My grandma lived for 70 years without a liver. No, I'm lying to you, mate. You're gonna fucking die, Ringo. I'm sorry, mate. I'm not sure if that's picking up on the mic. That's like less than 60 decibels according to... Or less than 50 decibels according to OBS, but... Coyotes outside my house are going fucking nuts. Which is a rare occurrence, but it just sounds like a bunch of dogs, a bunch of ghost dogs from hell are like screaming at each other outside randomly. It's the freakiest shit. My stepbrother has a field day with that shit because he's real country and he likes all that hunting gear stuff. He got like one of these cool lamp thingies where it's like, this is the most like galaxy brain thing you could have versus like another species. Is like, it's a lamp with like completely red light. Red colored light, and because dogs can't see red, like they can still see colors. They can see like green and blue, but they can't see red because they don't have those cones. But when it comes to red, they can't see red. So having like a lamp with red light that's like in the middle of night, they'd have no idea because the way pigments work, right? Well, I guess technically they wouldn't be able to see that light anyway, so it still looks dark to them. It's like they have no idea they're standing in the middle of like a perfectly fully lit field, you know, that kind of looks like a rave, a grunge rave, because it's just like solid red. They'd have no idea, and then you can just pick them off. It's like the stupidest shit ever. He bought one of those things, and then he also bought a much stupider item, which was like a coyote call bell whistle thingy, where it's like a speaker you attach to a tree that makes the coyote noises. And of course, to test it out like a jackass, he'd just like set it off inside the house constantly in the middle of the day. It's like, who the fuck's making coyote noise? Oh yeah, this place. This is this right here is, in terms of layout at least, a cookie cutter suburban white man's house. I tried not to say white man, I couldn't help myself. I ended up basing this off of like some extended family's house that I visited a few times. Even though like the layout of this is a cookie cutter design, I still think it was like really fun to build in Minecraft. Actually, yeah, that, and I think I've visited a few other friends who have houses similar to this layout. Once you enter the garage, though, you can't really get back out, so we're gonna explore in here. This would be like the office area usually, or like secondary living room. Usually there's like a wall here too, and then some rooms. I guess like you usually have like a bathroom in this block, but I guess this, if you put a door there, this would be the master bedroom. This might have also had fully furnished, but like because the mods were uninstalled, they're just not there anymore probably, which is spooky too. Pretty cool. I might build a campfire out there, I don't know. Oh yeah, the basement. In here you'd have like the kids' playroom. And over here you have like the wine collection with like a stereo and a bar. Or at least family's house I went to. There's the sun. Fuck your window. Oh yeah. Actually, you know, I can't just leave that there for a bit, like broken, because I know I'm probably not gonna come back to this world in like another 8 years or something. Oh yeah, this is a clever bit. This is dried kelp block next to a composter. It looks like a garbage can and a trash bag. Somebody needs to take the trash out. Here I didn't have a better way to do this. Actually, this is how most people do it in real life anyways, but there's a ladder here up to the attic, and there's more trash bags here, except these ones with clothes. More barrels to look like shelves. But then you come up here, and what's this? Oh, this is cool. You got like this funky library here. If this weren't in Minecraft, I imagine this would look like one of those like extra super fucking hyper cozy reading rooms that you'd see on like 4chan wallpapers. And then over here you have this mysterious book with all the forbidden answers. You could crouch in the corner here and like read forever. And I remember like I placed this here recently, and I remember being like, I'm gonna place it in this corner because like if I were a kid and I was like trying to hide something, of course I'd be in like the more hidden corner. But this one's a bit more cinematic because like you can turn and you can see someone right there, where it's like you come in. It's like less of a camera thing, but it's like more of a centered shot. So it's like the fact that you're hiding in the attic in the first place is already shameful. And it's like you're trying to own the space. If you're over here, then it's like completely in the abyss. But over here, it's weird how I'm on this tirade right now about trying to explain like a cinematic shot for furniture arrangement in Minecraft, but whatever. Oh yeah. A little stereo system here, so if you want to read, we'll listen to music, which, like, I don't know how people do. There's a new song in the game, apparently. Oh god, the stereo on that is funky. This thing has a long range too. You can almost hear the fucking... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, you could almost hear it clear back at the Foundation almost again. Trying to remember what else is there built in this mod. There might be something at the ends of these roads. Oh yeah, I was like, wait a minute, there's no grass here. I think I ended up literally selecting it all from there to there in World Edit. And like replacing it with just air, which you can do, which is the coolest fucking thing. I think I just skimmed off the top layer here, so there might be lakes with grass in them still, but literally just an emptied office building with similar floors. And it's all solid white. Maybe if I change the stairs to be black. I don't know. I love the new marble blocks because it's like the closest thing you get to solid white, but they still have like the faintest bit of texture to them, but you can just barely tell. It's like enough so that when you look at it, with the light going on. You know, it doesn't look completely, like, uncanny. It's like a good way of adding noise to the screen without having, like, a literal noise filter. Here I tried building Castle Wolfenstein, I guess. And it's like, this almost feels like a Team Fortress map too at the same time though, because like, here I was gonna have like, alright, so you'd probably have like a balcony right here that, like, either this door here and then a door here and then you're back in the building, or like an extended balcony that keeps going. Where it's like, I had the cool idea of like a balcony that extends over a stairway that leads into a basement with like repeating catacombs. And I think this area right here where is I about decided, no, this needs peaceful mode. I'm tired of the creepers down here and skeletons because they keep getting in the way of shit I try to build. But then the bats still do anyway. I think we're almost done. We've only been here about 40 minutes. Is this just a lava pool? Holy shit, what's all this dirt over here? Was this? I think something used to be over here. I think I ended up testing like a few structures over here with that one mod. Yeah, I think that was just a testing ground. Explore to the end of these roads a bit here before. What are all the Squidwards doing here? They're all like pre-villager update Squidwards too, so there's only the one type in that straw hat, which is interesting. I think these are just lava lakes. I thought this flat world was generated with villages. Oh yeah. These things I guess are like tiny little suburban homes, maybe like trailer homes. They still have like the 2.5 tall roofs. Bedroom. Other bedroom. There's something missing here. I think I used to have like, yeah, more furniture mod stuff for up here. You can tell though this looks cozy as fuck as well. This looks like something from the 70s. You'd have Christmas lights strung up through here. I think I probably did at some point. I'd have to see if I can re-enable this world somehow with mods. Or just try and rebuild it with it. I swear I had... No, I think that was also a furniture mod too, because I remember building like fences between all the houses. I think they all ended up being... Alright, weird. I think they all ended up being part of the mod. The fuck? I really thought this would take longer, but I guess, like, it just proves how hollow this place kind of is. Oh wait, that is generated with villages. The one cross section I built, and then I don't think there's anything out here. I'm sure we've all seen like what a village looks like before the villager update, so I don't think we need to explore too much. It's pretty much just a standard plains biome village. And then this. Alright, this reminds me of like a Christmas map. There was like one tutorial map for the Xbox. It had kind of like Halloween vibes. That use like fences in some weird way like this. Oh, that is fucking cursed. I was gonna say anyways, like the fact that like there's these like gaps here you could I'm reaching my arm through. Oh god. I think it sells to like the military camp aesthetic though still, cause like you have like this open airiness, but at the same time it looks like it's trying to protect you from something. And then you have this, I think I started building something like this, and I built this doorway, and it's like cool. It's like a little fortification. I was like, this would be kick-ass to build something like this in 7 Days to Die, and I think I ended up starting to play that too. There's your hammer. Here's where like shit, I forget military ranks. Here's where like your commanding officer would be. He gets like the fan or like the air conditioner in here, and he gets a TV. Meanwhile, you sweat you off in this tent over here. That's usually how most stories go, I hear. The like perfect circle of shading right there, even though it's still full day. I think that's it, unless there's something at the ends of these roads here, which I can't remember very well. No, I think that's it. Hold on though, I gotta see something. Did I ever visit the Nether in this? I don't know about placing it at the end of the road. I think I had one built somewhere in there that I didn't hear. No, let me place this at the end of this road. I'm wondering if like I built a copy of the Diamond Minecart Labs in the Nether. That would be cool. Or I think there's like something in the Nether that might just be encased in cobblestone temporarily. I like how in creative mode it like instantly teleports you. Oh yeah, I've been here before. That's cool. This is something I've never noticed before. There's particle effects in the Nether now. Oh shit, that ambience too. That's kind of cool. Looks like Doom 16 in here. What? Really? Alright, cool. Oh shit, it's the Dimensional Doorways mod. Oh, that's cool. What is this? Was Alright. I think this might have been another mod structure. Either that or what I think this was I think I built like a prison or something here. I built like a tiny little jail thing, and I had like a self-destruct thing built in it for like the robbers blowing up the jail. And I think I even had it set up here so that you have little skeletons and no, because that's a beacon. I think I had like skeletons set up in there as like watchtower to like fuck with players if they tried to leave the jail. Damn. This could have literally been anything. I don't think it was that though now, because now it's a beaker. Beacon. Yes, it's a beaker full of liquid. We're almost at the 50-minute mark. I'm wondering, is there anything else I could possibly find that wasn't deleted by mods? I think that might be it, though. This is usually as far as most of my flat worlds get. I have, like, the big motif fuck-off structure I built in the center. Then I have, like, well, let me try and build the city and expand it more. Then I build, like, 1 or 2 decent office buildings. I swear, I used to have one made of bricks somewhere over here, too. Then I end up trying to build structures from, like, other YouTubers. Fuck, I remember back in the day, I ended up building, like, a McDonald's in a flat world. I also know they changed the pillar texture, I'm pretty sure. It used to be closer to looking like iron, kind of. But now it's like this finer, grainier detail. It still kind of works. This almost looks like carpet. Yeah, that's just 51 minutes right there. I think I'm going to end it here. Do one last zoom out real quick. If you guys spotted anything you want me to explain or explore more in this, you can leave it in the comments. I might try to explore other worlds that I made in Minecraft if you guys want to see them. That might be a bit simplistic compared to each other, but I'll try to explain whatever I can away. I think this was like another iteration of this world that I ended up building, because I ended up making one like this with a bit more spacing, but that one I ended up building by hand, and I tried having like a redstone system in that for the lighting, but that ended up lacking out the map way too much every time I turned it on and off. Shit, I got the hiccups now. I know people are gonna bully me in the comments, be like, "Oh, does this guy think he's a Minecraft YouTuber? This is 2020, and Minecraft isn't even ironically fun anymore, even after the cool updates that kind of saved it." But like, it's a game and I enjoy it. Sometimes I get a hankering for Minecraft. It's just that, you know, nowadays we've all grown up a bit, and we've realized that like sometimes there's better games out there that give us the itch we're trying to scratch with these games that are constantly promising us all this freedom, you know? And that's why I said, it's like, if not Minecraft with like survival crafting, then give me something a bit more involved with like people, say, with like story. And that's why people like Fallout or immersive sims like Deus Ex, because they kind of got that similar attraction, similar feel, but it's more oriented around like how the player moves through like the constructed world that like a cool author came up with versus like you having to construct everything. Even though back in the day Minecraft was a fucking beast of a game. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna be it. I don't know what else to say. I'll sit here for like 1 more minute, unless I can think of something else. I might show off the texture pack in a video too. I'm not sure if I ever ended up making an itch.io page for the texture pack. I don't know if I think I tried releasing it somewhere, like on Mega for my friends to like check out. But it's not been too fleshed out. I pretty much just made this texture pack to give a bit more industrial building capability and also have like variations between the wood. Like lean more into both the industrial and the fantasy aspects of like Minecraft that I liked. Even the grass is like a custom texture from like another game I was making. And this is cool because it's like the pixels are slightly bigger. And when it's like, when you turn down the resolution even more of Minecraft, there are some Minecraft texture packs that are like 4x4 pixels for each block, and they make everything almost feel like bigger and like easier to comprehend, kind of like Legoland almost, versus like the super hyper realistic texture packs that are like weird, kind of. They only really fit with a world that's already been built to look fancy, and sometimes like depending on the texture packs they always break. There's like a whole survival guide series on YouTube. Actually, you know, I might watch that later if I get a hankering for it. But yeah, like, oh yeah, like I was saying about the texture pack, I might make a video just showing it off. Because I did build like another specific world for it, even though I could probably build like another quick demo in here somewhere for the texture pack too. But yeah, I was always thinking like if I did make a video about it, I'd end up like releasing it first, like with its own itch.io. But I guess it's not. I don't think it's too good of a texture pack. It's a bit more like specialized to me. I think some people might like the wood patterns I came up with. I don't know. But anyways, yes, that was one of my most interesting, I guess, flat worlds in Minecraft.